Hello everybody, Miss Rita and I are back for mystery craft. We're switching things up a little bit this year. We're not going to do craft and carry, but we're doing something called mystery craft. And our first one is the painted book page. This is something that's a little different. I don't want to see anybody going into their own personal libraries and destroying books to do this, because we are giving you 3 book pages to experiment with. The library every once in a while goes through and weeds out books that are too worn or damaged. And Miss Rita and I have gone through and taken the pages out so we can use them for artwork. You'll see these book pages used in future projects as well. So we're still using what we have, just in a different form. And what we're doing today, like I said, the painted book. If you are on Pinterest at all, or on any of the art, Etsy, any of those pages, this is kind of what we're doing. This is a book I'm using for my own personal stuff. But we're taking the pages of a book and we're doing artwork on top of the words. And it has a nice feel to it, it's artsy, it's creative, so that's the kind of thing we're looking for today. What you will have received in your kit is just these 3 pages and a piece of cardboard to mount your favorite one at the end of your process. Things you'll want at home. You'll want a pencil and an eraser. You'll want a fine tip pen. Watercolors is what I prefer to use. You can use colored pencils, crayons, markers, any of those things. Just keep in mind that a book page is fragile. So it's not like working on a piece of poster board or a piece of watercolor paper. Book pages are a little more fragile when you're using markers and watercolor on them. So just something to think about. Now, if you're interested, at the library we have a series of books that are focused on Zen, the Zen tangles and the Zen drawings. We have birds, animals, bugs and butterflies. And you can also hop on Pinterest again. There's lots of options. Look for Zen doodles or Zen tangles on Pinterest. You'll find lots of ideas. This is one of my personal books that I use for inspiration, and it's easily found on Amazon if it's something you're interested to continue with. So what you need to do at first is just take your page, look at it, and if you want to draw something, pick a spot you want to start. I'm going to start here in the corner, and I'm going to do what is called an oyster tangle. And you just go in that, and then you move on and do another one. And that's a real simple, repetitive process that you want it to be a little wonky. And you see how I'm using the edge of the paper as my cutoff. And you just repeat this over and over again until you have what you want. And I would continue doing that, like I did in here, over most of the page, or a good chunk of the page. That's that tangle I did. That's this top part. And you can keep going that, or if you want to draw flowers, you can draw flowers. And then when you're done drawing them, as I did on this page, you want to outline them in marker. You want to make sure that the marker you're using is waterproof. If it's not waterproof, paint it first and then outline it, or use your marker first and then outline it in black. So if you don't have waterproof ink, then do your painting first. That way it's easier, and it doesn't really matter as long as you can see your pencil lines and what you're doing. And as you can see here, I've done kind of abstract flowers, and I've got another tangle or pattern up here that you could just keep building off of, like a corner of a mandala. And then when you're done with if you're doing the art option, then if you find one you like, mount it on the cardboard so it stays stiff, and then you can frame it hang it up, put it on a cork board that I really like to do in this process. It's called found poetry. And when I was flipping through my book, you came across a page that had a lot of blacked out sections. How you do a found poem is you take your page and you go through and you circle words that you like or that fit a theme or that strike you as the individual. Then you mark everything else out. And then from there, you decorate the page, paint the page however you want. But this is a very fun way to kind of use this book page art, even if you're not necessarily an artist. If you want to create poetry from words that are already there. It's called found poetry. And then you just mark everything else out, do a little doodle, add a little color, and you're done. But this process is meant to be fun and relaxing. But I do ask that you don't go destroying, your mom and dad's books or hit your spouse's books or your grandma's books. We have the pages for you. And another great way to find this, if you want to continue like I do, go to used bookstores, or sometimes Second Charles has the free bin. You want to find a hardback book that may not be able to be circulated anymore and that you can start drawing on. But this is my favorite. That one right there that I've done recently. So I hope you enjoy it. Spend some time. Nothing is wrong in this process. You can do whatever you'd like, and we'd love to see what you created on social media. So just remember to tag the Hershey Public Library on your social media when you post these. Thank you very much.